All right, everyone, we made it to the Blue Ridge Parkway. We are here at Afton Overlook. It is the very first stop at mile 0. Hurricane Helene came by and the parkway is only open approximately from mile 0 to 200. So we're here checking it out in the fall foliage. It's kind of peak season if you can't tell, and we are excited to check it out. So let's go see what the Blue Ridge Parkway looks like. The Blue Ridge Parkway traverses from Shenandoah National Park to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, stretching 469 miles from Rockfish Gap, Virginia to Cherokee, North Carolina.
So as Tyler said, Hurricane Helene came through this year just a few weeks ago, and a lot of the leaves were blown off the trees. So people said normally it's a lot more colorful than it is this year, but to us being from California, we've never seen fall like this. So to us, it's already beautiful. We're only 0.2 miles into this drive, and we're so excited to see what else today brings.
Due to Hurricane Helene, part of the parkway was closed after mile 200, and we weren't able to visit some of the sections we otherwise would have.
It's 1.5 miles in. We're already at the second stop, Rockfish Valley Overlook, and the views are just stunning already. Like the colors, yellows, oranges, reds. It's so beautiful. I'm so happy we're here. So we just left the Shenandoah Valley Overlook, and you couldn't really see the Shenandoah Valley because it's kind of covered in trees, but the most beautiful stop so far, only 4 miles in, huge trees that have a ton of leaves on them, beautiful colors of yellow. This ride already is just like taking my breath away, like bucket list, on our bucket list for so long, and I'm just so excited to be here.
We're here at the visitor center, 5 miles in. We're gonna stop, see what information they have.
And use the restroom.
Yeah, use the restroom. All right, at about 5 miles in, this is your first visitor center. There's bathrooms. I believe it's called Humphrey Rock or Humpback Rock. There is a short hike you can do, but we're gonna skip that for now because we have about 150 miles to cover still at this parkway, so we're gonna head out. This is a great stop for a quick snack, bathroom break, and if you wanna do the hike, otherwise, keep on going.
Wow, this is packed. It's a good thing they have some overflow parking here, but it's time to get in the car and go check out the next one. We just got to our first big overlook over a valley where there's actually a side of the mountain where there are tons of leaves on the trees, and it is stunning. We're here the weekend of October 25th, so the very end of October. We did a fall in Maine, and for some reason we were thinking these colors were going to change a lot earlier, but that's because we were basing it off of when it changed when we were up further north. But pay attention to all the fall foliage reports. You can go on the Blue Ridge Parkway website, their Facebook, Instagram, and get an idea of when they expect the colors to peak. So mid to late October is when we read that that's your best chance to see all of these beautiful colors. And again, we're seeing yellows, oranges, reds, all the hues out today. Some trees have already fallen, unfortunately, but still plenty of color out here to see.
Something that surprised us both was just how many stops are actually on the parkway. It felt like we were stopping every 1 to 2 miles, and honestly, we probably were, but these views were too good to pass up.
Let's go. we just got to mile marker 34. Just past mile marker 34 is Yankee Horse Ridge. We've come to our very first waterfall, but there's also an old logging road here to check out.
This is literally something you would see out of a movie. You have the waterfall coming right underneath the railroad tracks made of solid logs going underneath the road as well with some stone wrapped around it. Like, literally this is one of the coolest things we've seen on this trip so far. Okay, so this is probably the first official trail we've stopped at to do. Pretty easy, pretty short. Honestly, I don't know if the end waterfall is the best, but like the actual railroad track crossing is by far the best viewpoint for photos, just taking in the scenery, the colors, and just a little bit of history. I love it. And Kari literally cannot get enough of this place. She is taking so many photos. Kari.
Okay, we would say that is a must stop here on the Blue Ridge Parkway. First waterfall, you get to see a really cool old railroad, and Tyler and I are out there walking around. We're like, this is literally what like fall postcards are made of. Like, it was just so like, I don't even know how to say it.
Picturesque.
Like, picturesque, yes. Fall leaves everywhere, colors around you, waterfall, railroad, easy little hiking trail.
Now it's snack time.
Definitely a must stop, and we don't have that much time, so we're just gonna make a quick snack on the road and then go check the next one because it's already 2 o'clock and we have like 8 other places we want to see. I don't even know if we went a quarter mile and we got in the car. We're like, okay, we can't stop till we get to the next thing that's on our list because we're gonna run out of time. Literally not even a quarter mile later, we're pulled off on the side of the road because look at this. This is, I mean, like, there's no words to describe it.
All right, so brief update. We have covered about 55, almost 60 miles of the Blue Ridge Parkway so far, starting at mile 0. It is 2:50 in the day and we are burning daylight. So we did a quick stop again because you just can't pass it up. Whoa, we good? You just can't pass up stopping for all the beautiful colors.
We have made it to Otter Lake. This is mile marker 63. There is a loop trail that you can do around the lake. They said it takes about 45 minutes. Unfortunately, because we're on a time crunch, we're just gonna stop and check out the views. It looks like there's like a little waterfall from the dam right here. There's some ducks feeding in the lake. There's some people out fishing. So we're gonna go check it out and see how it looks with the pretty fall colors.
There's also one angry Yorkie. Hey, wanna go outside? Let's go. Otter Lake is located at mile 63 and offers plenty of parking and a scenic location down by the stream to check out Otter Lake Dam. A great place to relax and stretch your legs before continuing on the parkway. Plus some great wildlife viewing. So fortunately, like half a mile after Otter Lake, there is a visitor center because that means bathrooms, because it's been about 65 miles since we've had one, so this is a great place to stop before we continue on. This is the James River Visitor Center and only the second bathroom stop we've found so far. but it also has a very cool walkway under the bridge offering views of the river below.
I'm just so bummed that we don't have more time to spend at all of these stops. We're trying to get in as much as we can in one day, but if there's anything I can suggest, it is give yourself multiple days here because there are so many places we wish we could spend more time at.
So like Kari said, there's so much to see. There are trails here, beautiful spots for picnics. You can stop, have dinner, lunch, whatever you want. We're 100% coming back, but we gotta get going before sunsets because this is the one day we have here. Come on, we gotta go.
To the next one.
Okay, so the one before this was Terrapin, and which honestly was way beautiful, and that one wasn't on our radar, and I liked that one more. But this is Thunder Ridge, which has like a very brief 10-minute loop trail, and probably the best view so far of the entire valley. However, we're looking for the fall foliage and the colors, and so right now with where the sun's at and the clouds, it was okay. It wasn't our favorite view of the park, but if you want to see the entire valley, I am sure is absolutely gorgeous at the right time of day when there's fall foliage everywhere. We just passed the 100-mile mark. While it may not seem like that far of a drive, it has been very long because it is windy and we're doing about 35 miles an hour the whole time, plus stops. Whew! We're taking a break. There's a few more overlooks we are trying to get to, but it's been a long day. You wanna come outside? Hey, wanna go? Want a treat? Oh, you do. He loves chicken, but he'll take up and roasted turkey breast. Sit. Good boy. Goodness.
All right, we are at mile marker 115. There is a river right here with a bridge that goes over the cross on the side of the road. This is likely going to be our last stop for the day because the sun is about to set behind those mountains. And once it gets behind those mountains, we will no longer have daylight here on the parkway. So we're gonna go check this out, get in some last minute beautiful colors before we call it a night. So this is a bridge that is over the Roanoke River.
So I actually think this is going to be a pretty cool spot to end with. It is beautiful right now because there's colors all around us. The trees actually at this spot in the Roanoke River area seem to be turning perfectly right now, probably peak season. And of course, it's always nice to be standing on a bridge overlooking a river.
Well, our day on the Blue Ridge Parkway is ending with sunset over the Roanoke River.
Welcome back, everyone. So we are still at the Blue Ridge Parkway. We are at mile 154.5 at the Smart View Loop Trail. This was not our plan today. We were actually gonna take our bikes, head to a biking trail that we've been dying to check out, but it is farther than we thought. So, nixed that idea. Besides, it's a little chilly. So we thought, why not bundle up, try a hike, check out a little more on the parkway because we probably won't be here again anytime soon. So, come check out this hike with us. It's a 3-mile round trip loop. There's a few more stops we're going to try and see before we have to cancel this and head home. So let's go see what we can find today. Okay, so as you can tell, a lot of the leaves are on the ground. Again, probably Hurricane Helene that blew them all off the trees is what they said online. We still are catching some pretty amazing colors though. And as a person who's colorblind, it still looks beautiful. But I'm gonna have Kari describe a little bit of what we're seeing.
There's cows right over there.
I was talking about the leaf colors.
Oh, yes. A lot of them have fallen, unfortunately, but there's just enough to give a little bit of pop on this trail. There's some yellows, some reds, a few oranges, mostly yellows, but just enough to give some beautiful color for the walk. We have finally reached the ridge point and we have some views. You can see all the trees in the distance with a little bit of the color.
She might be there for a while. That is like the number one thing on any hike if Kari can see wildlife. Why is a frog or toad or whatever it was this high up on a mountain? I don't know. I don't see any water, but.
We have wildlife on one side and beautiful views on another side. So we did a lot of driving yesterday. There was a few places we got out and walked a little bit, but it was really nice to get out and actually do a trail today. It was 2 miles in total. Stretch our legs a little bit. That is one pretty cool thing along this parkway is there are actually a lot of places that you can get off and do some hiking trails. Again, just because of our time crunch, we weren't able to do any other ones, but plan ahead and plan for some of those because it actually feels really good to get out and stretch your legs.
What's really cool about this spot is just a quarter-mile down the road towards the picnic center where they have some restrooms. There's this cool trail cabin. We're gonna go check it out.
It was built in the 1890s, and they said this was actually really common along the Blue Ridge Parkway. And a few of these like older cabins still exist here. So this is the first one we've seen on this trip, so we're gonna stop and check it out.
Could you live in it?
Plumbing was in there. I could probably spend the night. I could come visit, but
Some plumbing?
there's some plumbing in there. Can you imagine waking up with your cabin right here to this view? I mean, these trees probably weren't here and they kind of obstructed a little bit, but you get the idea.
I don't even know if I'd call those trees.
We know there's a lot of picnic tables around, but Spencer doesn't want to be up to his head in leaves. So we picked a spot in the parking lot because there's hardly any cars, and we set up our own little picnic spot. Okay, we have about 20 miles to the last stop that we want to see before we head out. There may be some along the way that we'll stop and check out if we see and it looks interesting or beautiful, but we just wrapped up our picnic. There's a nice place to stop, use the restroom, lots of picnic tables, but it's time to get back on the parkway and go check out at least one more stop. So we just stopped at the Saddle Overlook, and everybody in the parking lot is going to check out the view on the, I guess that would be like the southern side, but nobody is checking out this view on the northern side, and it is almost even better color than the other side. So make sure when you stop at these places, if it's safe and you're able to, check out the views from both sides, because you don't want to miss something like this.
You know, we thought we had the good side. This side's actually really good.
Okay, so the saddle wasn't on our radar, but we would recommend stopping here. You get views of the valleys below with all the trees on both sides, and it's really cool. At each little stop there's like a placard that gives you a little history of the area. So in the plateau, like the lowlands over here, was a lot of farmlands and a lot of cabins. Those farms have since been abandoned and now the trees are taking over, but it makes for such a beautiful overlook because like it says, all the trees are growing up now and it's just full of fall colors.
Definitely a great view spot for today. I mean, beautiful colors out here. You ready? Let's go. Okay, we said it once, maybe twice before, but this is officially our last stop. We are stopping at Mabry Mill. This is the last one we're gonna have time for, so we are taking a look on where to park right now and hopefully have a beautiful last stop. We're excited to see this one and hope you enjoy it too. Mabry Mill was constructed in 1910 by Ed Mabry and is an old grist mill that functioned for 3 decades. It was designed to ground corn, saw lumber, and they also did blacksmithing as well. The mill itself was run by water power. It is also one of the most photographed locations on the entire Blue Ridge Parkway, and for us, a great stopping point and a great ending to our beautiful time here.
So we just finished up at our last spot, Mabry Mill on the Blue Ridge Parkway. We learned it is actually the most photographed spot on the Blue Ridge Parkway, but it's also a great ending point for us. It was a nice little area to stop, have a snack. There's a gift shop there, there's restrooms. The park rangers put on a lot of like interactive activities, so you can actually see what it was like when the mill was up and running.
The Blue Ridge Parkway has been absolutely beautiful during the fall season. We love seeing the colors. We covered probably a little over 150 miles of it. From day one we got to mile 115, and then today was around like the 150 to 175 range. Overall, absolutely gorgeous. Would love to come back when it's peak season, because as you can tell, there's some leaves on the ground.
Hope you enjoyed riding along the Blue Ridge Parkway with us.
See you next time.
See you next time.